Back to our channel. The word propaganda today was climaxed when it was made public that the federal government, that's Tinubu's administration, has once again eaten back their word by restoring fuel subsidy. And it wasn't just done now, but some 2 months ago. Atiku, who is a strong opposition, have spoken up concerning it, and you get to hear his position about it knocking Tinubu left, right, center. Let's dive into the full details of what he said in one of the social media pages. According to the news, the People Democratic Party presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Atiku, has accused President Bola Tinubu of continuing the fuel subsidy on premium motor spirit, despite previous claims that it has ended. Has reported that Atiku, in a statement via X on Monday, berated Tinubu's administration for lack of transparency on fuel subsidy, especially with recent reports suggesting otherwise. The former vice president opines that such inconsistencies between Tinubu's words and actions significantly eroded his administration's credibility. Atiku also pointed out the ongoing fuel scarcity and rising energy costs as evidence of the administration's failure, describing the delay in the reoperation of the Port Harcourt refinery as a national disgrace. Atiku further condemned the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited for its denial of the ongoing subsidy payment, arguing that these denials only worsen the hardship faced by Nigerians. He called on Tinubu's administration to urgently clarify its stance on the subsidy policy and address the ongoing issues in the downstream petroleum sectors. His words. He says the latest revelation circulating through credible media outlets regarding the federal government's covert continuation of the subsidy on premium motor spirit represent another chapter in the opaque governance under President Bola Tinubu's administration. These developments starkly contrast with the president's famous assertion in a national broadcast which followed closely on the heels of public protests decrying poor governance, where he declared the subsidy regime concluded. However, disclosure prior to his announcement have consistently indicated a resurgence of subsidy payment, albeit through less transparent means. This dissonance between the president's word and his action not only undermines the moral fabric of his leadership, but also significantly erodes the credibility of his administration. At a time when the nation grapples with severe fuel scarcity and escalating energy costs, the continued delay in the reoperation of the Port Harcourt refinery stands as a national disgrace, a failure that rests firmly on the shoulders of President Bola Tinubu, who also holds the office of the Minister of Petroleum Resources. Moreover, the persistent denial by NNPC Limited only exacerbates the plight of Nigerians who endure severe difficulties due to fuel shortage and resultant price inflation. Amidst a contentious dispute between local investors favoring refinery operations and those advocating for imported PMS, the president's silence is profoundly disconcerting. It is paramount that the president, who is intrinsically responsible for overseeing and intervening in such critical dispute to safeguard national interests, steps up to fulfill these expectations. The veil of secrecy shrouded the downstream petroleum sector, coupled with alarming reports of NNPC Limited diverting funds intended for other purposes to cover subsidy payment, adds layer of confusion that are unbearably unsettling. If this report holds true, the potent grave implication for the integrity of our fiscal federation, I'll take it again. Say, if this report holds true, the potent grave implication for the integrity of our fiscal federalism. It is imperative, therefore, that the Tinubu administration urgently clarifies the entanglements surrounding the subsidy policy and the refining of PMS. Only through transparent governance can Nigeria hope to find relief from the current debilitating condition of fuel scarcity and the spiraling inflation affecting petroleum products. That was the words of one of the strongest opposition, the former presidential aspirant of the People Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and the former vice president of Nigeria. I must say this is quite interesting, and virtually all Nigerians share this opinion. Whenever there is no transparency, the people seems to be growing in the dark and they don't know what is happening. Before now, there are a lot of issues that have been kept in the dark from the people. You are in a public office. Decision that you are making, you need to bring it out for Nigerians to know which direction are we heading. Now, the issue of presidential jet, 150 billion naira worth of presidential jet, that most Nigerians had believed that it wasn't an issue of concern again, considering how the president feels about the suffering of Nigeria, that he wouldn't embark on such. Today is a reality. The presidency has confirmed it. So what are we saying? So the issue of fuel subsidy, for me, has come to stay, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But the only problem is, oh God, the last time you make that decision, it messed up the whole system. How would you now reverse it? In other words, how much money are you going to put so that at least you can return back to Buhari's time? At this time, Atiku Abubakar had told him that you are Buhari Pro Max. Your administration is Buhari Pro Max. And it's playing out. And this is really troubling. I just saw in the news where they opened up that Dangote refinery will start buying crude oil in Naira on the 1st of October. Okay, what would have what would have been done speedily? You are shifting it till 1st of October. It makes no sense. Now we are still going to be paying what do they call it? We are still going to be paying the fuel subsidy from now till October. Why don't you start selling to him? Boycott all the unnecessary exportation of fuel to whether Malta or wherever. Stop it, and then let us continue with giving him the fuel for him to, produce and circulate to Nigeria, so that you can prevent that continuous financing of the cabals who are behind this fuel subsidy stuff. Who knows who is involved? There have been a lot of reports, left, right, center, about involvement of different people, but we are not here to uncover it. At least the president needs to be transparent enough. The credibility of his administration is dependent on that transparency. And sometimes if you give Nigeria a kind of insight, a hint of the next economic decision you're about to take, they can advise you. We all know being a president does not mean you have the best team. You may have the team, but guess what? There are other people out there who can still contribute and can help change the situation for you. Why don't you always put ahead your economic policy? This is what I'm intending to do. Let the people start, castigating and giving their views about it. On the basis of that, get all of them and then make decision on the basis of that, so that the future of Nigerians can be certain. Right now, I don't know what is going to happen in the nearest future if this particular info about using dividends and taxes and royalties, which is meant to be paid into a federation account, which will be responsible for salary payment, for infrastructural development and the likes, if they use it to pay subsidy, very soon payment of salary will become another huge, call it elephant project, that you won't be wrong. Why? Because the government have taken some unnecessary economic step which has messed up the system. Someone asked a question and said, you claim that times are hard, Nigerians should understand with you. But just now, you have released 150 billion naira to buy yourself a private jet. Does it make any sense? Why should the people then understand with you? These are some of the things that, the economic team need to sit back and see how they can fix it once and for all, so that Nigerians can know where exactly we are going. And the president must not forget that he's going for second term. If all of these things continue like this, Nigerians may likely not give him the mandate again. That's where we would like to leave it. Let's